Hey guys, welcome to a new video. Today we are doing my February book haul. These are all the books that have come into my possession so far in the month of February. Let's get into it. I have to admit, I've done well with my book buying. I haven't been spending as much money buying as many books. I'm allowed to buy 11 books this month and I have got 6 so far. I know some of y'all might be like, that's crazy, but that's like half or kind of around the halfway point of the books I read in a month. I'm allowed to buy as many books as I read in the previous month. That's how I do my book buying, but I can do a much more in-depth video if you guys would like that in the future. Let me know in the comments below. Started the month by going over to Barnes & Noble. This month I am focusing on romance. I did find 2 of the romance books I want, and then the other is more of a wild card. The first book that I have here is Waiting for Tom Hanks by Carrie Winfrey. What a title, right? I read a Carrie Winfrey book last year and it was my favorite romance book that I read last year. It had me giggling, kicking my feet. I loved it. It was so cute and I want to read more from her. So glad to see that this came up on my list. It says a rom-com obsessed romantic waiting for her perfect leading man learns that life doesn't always go according to a script in this delightfully charming and funny novel. That last little bit, the delightfully charming, that is exactly how I would describe Carrie Winfrey's books. This is something that is fun. All of the romance books that I bought at Barnes & Noble this month are by writers that I have read from before. That's a fun thing because sometimes if you get books by new writers, you don't know if you're going to like them or not. But when you go into a book by a writer that you've already read from, you have a feel for how they do things. The next one is In 5 Years by Rebecca Searle. If you do go to Barnes & Noble, this will not be in the typical romance section. It is in the fiction section. We will have to see how it plays out if I think it needs to be in the romance section. Danny Cohen lives her life by numbers. I can relate. She is nothing like her lifelong best friend, the wild whimsical believes in fate Bella. I can also relate. Danny's meticulous planning seems to have paid off after she nails the most important job interview of her career and accepts her boyfriend's marriage proposal in one fell swoop, falling asleep completely content. But when she awakens, she's suddenly in a different apartment with a different ring on her finger beside a very different man. Danny spends exactly 1 hour, 5 years in the future before she wakes again in her own home on the brink of midnight, and it is 1 hour she cannot shake. In 5 years, it's an unforgettable love story, but it is not the one you're expecting. Oh my, her books do have a bit of magical realism, or her more modern books, because I have read books from her that go back a little while. This one, I'm very fascinated by. It kind of reminds me of the 7-Year Slip. I haven't read that though, but from what I've heard, I'm already making theories just based off the description in the back of the book. It's gonna be really fun to see where this goes. The wild card that I got is The Mad Wife by Megan Church, which several people who I follow and like their reviews have read this book and did enjoy it. I've heard it compared to Don't Worry Darling. Was that the movie with like Harry Styles and Olivia Wilde, and there was so much drama? Florence Pugh, I don't know how you say her last name. There was a lot of drama with that movie release. I never saw the movie because all of that, when there's all of that, that turns me off. I'm like, okay, we will wait and see, and the wait and see never happened. I'm sorry, it never happened. So, oh, The Last Carolina Girl is by the same author. I have that book. It's somewhere behind me. I did not realize it. She is from lives in North Carolina. Wow, I did not know that. That is so cool. I didn't realize it was the same Megan Church. That never registered with me because this is just completely, like, The Last Carolina Girl to me looks very commercial, historical fiction. This one looks a bit more literary, unhinged woman maybe by the little blurb and the books that it's compared to. So I'm kind of shocked by all that. But I was talking about one of these other books, which will actually be one of the next books that I show you, and why I picked that book from Book of the Month. And then we were talking about I Who Have Never Known Men, and somebody came into the conversation on Reddit and was like, yeah, it reminds me of The Mad Wife by Megan Church. I was like, okay, you convinced me. I'm gonna buy that when I go to Barnes & Noble. And I did. This one says it's a haunting exploration of identity, motherhood, and the suffocating grip of societal expectations that will leave you questioning the lives we build and the lies we live. Now we have my Book of the Month books. I got 3 this month. Did y'all see? Yeah. You're gonna find out in the next few minutes, don't worry. The first one that I got was one that released last month. I wasn't sure if I wanted to get it or not, but everybody was posting about it, and obviously I fell to the peer pressure. That happens with some books, and this was one of them because this cover is very intriguing. Very much drawn to this cover. This is Lost Lambs by Madeline Cash. How it's like a drawing. I've just never seen a cover like this. Also, the bookmark, if you didn't see my video of my unboxing. This is a family saga. I love a family saga. That might be my favorite trope. It has been for a long time, but sometimes I feel like we go through phases, you know. But I do love a good family saga. It says the Flynn family is coming undone. Catherine and Bud's open marriage had reached its breaking point as their daughters spiral in their own chaotic orbits. Chaotic orbits, I like that. Abigail, the eldest, is dating a man in his 20s nicknamed War Crime Wes. Louise, the middle child, maintains a secret correspondence with an online terrorist. And the brilliant youngest, Harper, is being sent to Wilderness Reform Camp due to her insistence that someone or something is monitoring the town's citizens. Irreverent and addictive, pinging between the voices of Flynn's and the characters around them, Madeline Cash's Lost Lambs is a debut novel of quick-witted observation and surprising tenderness. In it, Cash has crafted a family saga for the 21st century, all held together with crazy glue. There's definitely some crazy glue because those love interests and everything seem super crazy. Back to romance because February is the month of love. This book screamed at me. They do a lot of romance book month, that book of the month, but this one was made for me. It's about a psychic who is falling in love but doesn't think, according to all the astrology whatever, that this guy is meant for her, but she can't help but have feelings for him. Oh my gosh. Relatable. One and Only by Maureen Gu. Love the blues and yellows. Love that cover. The tagline: she knows what her happily ever after looks like, and it's not him. Cassia Parks believes in soulmates, fated love stories. It's her family's business after all. For centuries, from Korea to Los Angeles, Park women have peered into clients' past lives to find their one true love. They're fated. This magical secret is why One and Only matchmaking has 100% guarantee for everyone but Cassia. As she battles between fate and chance, head and heart, a family secret is revealed that will make Cass question everything she's ever known. This is right at my alley. Lastly, the book that led me to Mad Wife, they are doing this new little collection over at Book of the Month, and this is one of the books, and that is The Natural Way of Things by Charlotte Wood. Again, this is one with a crazy plot. When the women awaken from a drugged sleep to find themselves imprisoned in a broken down property in the middle of a desert, they have no idea where they are or how they came to be there. Doing hard labor under a sweltering sun guarded by two inept yet vicious jailers, the prisoners soon learn what links them. And each woman's past is a sexual scandal with a powerful man. They pray for rescue, but as the hours turn into days and the days into weeks and months, it becomes clear that the women must rescue themselves. This was first published a decade ago and more relevant than ever. The Natural Way of Things is a lucid and illusory fable and a brilliantly plotted novel of ideas that reminds us of humankind's own vast contradictions, the capacity for savagery, selfishness, resilience, and redemption, all contained by a single vulnerable body. Yes, with everything that is happening right now, especially in Washington, this stands out big time. I cannot wait to pick that up. That's what I want to get to very much. Like, I'm going to get to all those. The romance books are the ones, or the two that I got at Barnes & Noble would be at the bottom of the list. And then the two Book of the Month ones, the last two that I showed you, and then Mad Wife are the ones where I'm really intrigued by right now. Obviously, I want to read all of them, but if I had to rank them, maybe we should do that in future hauls. Do y'all think that'd be a fun idea? If you made it through this whole video, leave a heart emoji in the comments below. And as always, comment, rate, and subscribe. And don't forget to ring that notification bell to be notified when all my videos go live. I'll see you in my next one. Bye! If you are familiar with my videos, you're used to seeing Sherman at the end of them. Sadly, Sherman has since passed away, but I would still like to encourage you guys to help your local shelters. Sherman was at the Darlington County Humane Society in rural South Carolina. I always have their link down below in the description if you guys would like to help them, but also help your local shelters as well. You can do that by donating, sharing posts like this one, volunteering, fostering, and adopting, which it's great to do all of those things. Great to help your community, great to help the animals in your community, and I cannot recommend it enough. All of my pets were rescues, they were strays or from animal shelters, and I love them so much, and I know how much love they can give, so knowing these pets at the shelter can equally give that much love, it's amazing. And y'all should totally take part and help out those local animal shelter pets, and please help them.